I'm really not trying to sound like the guy from Bob's Burgers. What's his name? Bob.
Yeah. I think he might have burgers too. I'm not sure.
Yeah, shut up, asshole. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm a little sick right now. I got a bit of a throat going.
You always do though.
Yeah, well. Anyway, I have a really interesting topic to start this cast off with. So you were gone yesterday, and I was really upset about that. So if you could just never do that again.
Yeah, I'll quit right away.
Okay, hold on. Let me move the. Okay, there we go. So I was talking to the robot about how funny it would be if, like, one day, because I've been having a bit of an epiphany recently, and I was just like, you know what? I've been a big scary dude my whole life. I really freaking like cute things. Now I don't like Miku. I don't like her music, but I like Miku memes. And so it's like, fine, I like Miku. Right? I gotta be careful who I tell that to.
Yep.
But I was like, fine, I like Miku. And I was thinking, like, a lot of freaking people like Miku. At what point is humanity's love for Miku going to compound and make her just manifest her?
She's already a goddess.
Well, think about this. What if she becomes like... She just breaks everything we understand about physics. Just appears one day in Times Square. And it's like, it's the Miku.
Miku becomes a fucking Isekai.
She becomes effectively a goddess. Sick. And she like just strides in science because it's like she's not made of any freaking things any elements that we were able to track. She's not made of anything on the freaking periodic table.
That'd be fucking freaky.
So she's a concept given form because enough people wanted it.
Her and fucking, like, Pikachu are gonna stand the test of time.
That's what I was thinking.
Cave drawings, I've talked about that.
Yes, but that's what I was thinking too. I was like, why would it be Miku? Why above all would it be Miku? Why wouldn't it be Pikachu? Who's to say that a Pikachu didn't just materialize somewhere in a field and then immediately get eviscerated because of the heat that it created when it tried to occupy the same space as the oxygen molecules in the air and just...
Pokemon are constantly trying to phase in, but they're getting fucking evaporated.
It's different points of the universe, man. It didn't even happen on Earth.
That's awesome.
It happened around that planet that's named like Elon's kid.
Poor kids.
It's poor kid.
All of them.
All of those kids. Except for the one that doesn't like him.
That one's... They're funny as fuck.
That one seems to be doing pretty well. You go, girl.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, I thought it would be really freaking funny. I was like... I was thinking about... We literally have... That just... Christianity's bullshit now.
Oh, yeah.
We have a god now. We made that god. And that god is committed to music, joy, and sharing things. It's like if Hello Kitty had, like... thigh highs.
Cunty Hello Kitty.
I've seen it. Little Miku Hello Kitty. It's adorable.
It is.
Just Hello Kitty's just cute though. But I think that I was running through that hypothetical with myself as I'd take a puff and I'd just be like, damn, we would, like, everything would then surround Miku. There would be like purists who were committed to preserving the old gods. But because Miku is here and tangible, and she's like giving us shit. She's like giving us inspiration. She's like ending wars.
You're telling me Miku's the Antichrist?
She could very well be the resonance by which all things are created.
That's amazing.
And I just kept going further and further with it, where it's like, really, like Twitter gets a hold of her one day. And it's like, Miku's been around for a long time by now. And it's like just accepted that people worship Miku. Others just like show up to her concerts or whatever. She just exists in this unknowable form, just strides in science, taking us further and further into the future. And then one day she does like a commercial for a ramen brand or something. And she's done this kind of thing before. Mm-hmm. Little mom and pop shops here and there. But then, like, this brand takes off, and then the CEO's freaking evil, and it turns out he's got a baby factory in the basement where he just drops them into vats of acid in his spare time.
How fucking evil.
He's an evil man. And then it's like, Miku, why are you associated with this? And a lot of really stupid people get associated with it. And they're like, how could a loving god love a baby acider?
Cancel culture for gods.
And then Miku disappears.
Because we stopped believing in her.
So think about, like, I was thinking, like, what would freaking happen if, like, Miku can't exist in a state in which she approves of baby murder? Because that's not Miku anymore. So that Miku that we manifested as humanity just disappears. Just gone now. And it's like, okay, well, what do we have? We have the old fables, the old gods. But we had a tangible god. Can we just go back to those old religions?
What if that's how it used to be, though? Like, a whole group of people... Because it was more community-based back in the day. What if that's how you did it?
Community-based?
Like things were more tight-knit, right? And so that energy was more...
Messages didn't travel as far.
Yes, but I think more that... I don't know, I haven't been to a church in a while, I guess. I'm just talking about, like... everyone's intentions lining up more, like, back in village life. Like, yeah, we all need fucking rain.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, yeah, alright. And then they manifest so hard that a fucking rain goddess shows up.
Yeah, I mean, they worship... Hold on, your phone's going off. Some bitch. What was I saying again? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is, like, that's where all of our gods came from. And then we, like, eventually willed them out of existence with the Crusades. But think about this.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world saw Miku, both before and after she became real. So when she disappears, that creates a frickin'... everything we've built scientifically frickin' implodes. Because now, Miku's gone. This being that we willed into reality is gone. That would mean
that, like, fire doesn't exist, because we don't...
Would it though?
That concept's too much.
Would it though? Was Agni the first fire god? Who was it? Did we forget their name?
Prometheus or whatever. He gave us the fire.
But we still know.
Yeah, I know.
We still know the name Prometheus. We still know Agni. We still know of the sun. Like, we still know. So that god exists in some form. Now, we know music, but we saw Miku. We heard Miku. Miku gave opinions. Miku talked to individuals. That made her more real than a creator.
She'd be like a lesser goddess.
Would she? She shows up made of elements that aren't on the frickin' table, and she just, like, betrays everything we understand about physics because she just appears, right? Mm-hmm. Teleportation doesn't work because air is physical. You will die if you teleport because your molecules will try to occupy the same space as the air and the dust and other shit. You'd have to create a vacuum in which you could teleport in. But even then, no vacuum is perfect, so there's no way to ensure that you won't just create an atom bomb by teleporting.
That's what Harry Potter wizards should do.
That'd be really neat. Just teleport into Hogwarts and just freaking leave a crater.
No, you're not allowed to teleport into Hogwarts, but apparently you can have a cabinet that creates a tunnel between one place and another.
That's not teleportation. It's literally not. It's literally not.
It's a portal, and the school didn't prepare for one of those things.
You know the Spanish word for door? It's puerta. That's close to portal. And isn't a door just a portal? Think about that. Anyway, I started having fun. I was like, there would be Miku crusades. They would be like the purists who were like, no, Miku was a goddess, and then the other freaking people who were like, no, it was creation that she valued, man. Art.
The idea of Miku is more important.
And then they go to war, and whoever wins that war decides the future of humanity. Are we going to be Mikustianity, or are we going to celebrate art and get Star Trek?
I want Star Trek.
That's how it happens. That's how we get Star Trek.
In Miku we trust.
Yeah, it's because the love for Miku reaches a fever pitch, and it all comes together and just weighs on reality so much that reality is just like, frickin', I guess Miku exists. Makes Miku, and then we all worship Miku, and then her frickin' image gets twisted, and then chasing that god, chasing that frickin' goddess, We make the USS Enterprise. The holodeck. We did it, dude. We cracked the code.
It's all to find Miku and take her across the universe.
That's exactly what it was.
For her tour.
It wasn't in search of knowledge. It wasn't in search of an endless journey. It was in search of her.
How would you feel if we ended up at, like, Uranus, right? Because, like, that's like the same color as her, right?
Bend over, I'll show you.
Yeah. So you get there, and then you part through, like, the clouds and the cold or whatever, and you get to the surface of Neptune and Uranus, and there's just a million little Mikus.
What the hell is... What is going on with your shirt?
The cup.
Oh! Okay, I'm sorry, go on. It looked like just
like
mangled.
It's all fucking deflated. You go onto that planet, and in Uranus is like a million little Mikus in different stages, but they have like different.
They're gestating.
Yeah. They're like eggs, you know. But they're like crawling around on the ceiling and shit in this grand council room of Mikus, and they're like, "You found us."
That's why the planet's freaking like teal.
Yeah.
It's just the sunlight reflecting off of her hair.
Yeah, they were trying to send out signals to get us over there, and that's how Miku came to whoever designed that bitch was in the fucking in their dreams, and then they let us over to them.
That's freaking terrifying.
And it's so they can breed.
Oh no! How would they breed though?
They would wrap their hair around your neck and squeeze until your head popped off, and then lay the egg inside.
Ew. But you're still alive, you're still moving around. That's why they sing. The reverberations create dances.
Yeah.
They're sing
like space
once.
sirens.
Dude, that would be awesome.
But they lay their eggs like bugs.
That would be awesome. You know what would be really funny? She just grabs like slowly with the big hair and then just like wraps it around you and just squeezes until your head pops off and then just
Ew, just egg. Throws out the egg in your mouth.
And and you have an egg head.
You have an egg head. And you have to walk around carrying it because you're a big, strong man.
No. You dance.
You dance?
You dance. And instead of the glow sticks... You have to
sync up your egg. The egg glows.
Yeah.
To the music.
It's not glow sticks. That's just your mangled hands. And they're glowing because the tendrils from the egg have like
infected you. You're melding. You're just a host.
You're just a host
the
for
egg will feed on you.
Yet another Miku. There's the original Miku with the teal hair. They all have the teal hair, but each of them adopt different physical attributes of whoever they hatch from. Your Miku
would have a full beard.
Yeah. No. Wait.
They would wear their hair.
They'd grow their hair in such a way that they would have it look like a beard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe their eyes are bloodshot all the time.
I think she'd just be really big boned compared to the other ones, and they'd be like, "Oh, well."
That one looks weird, but I guess it's not any weirder than the Donald Trump Miku.
He wouldn't make it.
No, he wouldn't make it.
They don't want.
They'd come down to Earth.
No, they wouldn't want to breed with Donald Trump.
Why not?
It's Japan. Why would it? Japan's sick of it.
Why would the whole like Japan? It wouldn't be frickin' sick of me if I walked in there. Just think about it, frickin' like. I'm not comparing myself to Tony Soprano here, but just imagine if Tony Soprano went to frickin' Japan. How do you think he'd get treated?
That'd be funny as fuck. Can we write that?
No, I want the guy. I want frickin' Vince Zampella, whatever the frickin' hell his name was, to write that shit. I would. He went back and he wrote
the COVID story.
Yeah, he did a COVID story with them. I was like, no. Take the family.
Go throw him to Japan. I want like a King of the Hill style fucking, 2-parter episode where they're all having their own adventures.
Peter.
Well, they're there too. They got a deal on a cruise ship and.
It's totally unrelated. They don't even meet.
Yeah.
It's like
they both took a Disney cruise to Japan.
Tony, I want to go see the new Miku concert. Bitch, you gotta pay for that shit yourself.
What are you as a fucking priest since you gotta eat it all by fucking gabagool?
Why don't you take Melody, you get some gabagool? You just never say gabagool. You know what?
I'm Melody and Dad, we're the gangsters. Dad.
Who's that frickin' guy who always shows up and he's always like, You need to play this game because it's the freaking best game you've ever heard.
With the hair?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that's,
They've got really hairy forearms and a big watch.
He looks like his fucking name is Vic.
He looks like his name is Vic. I was gonna call him Vic.
Fucking name right now. I know he's got a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
I got really upset the other day. I saw that clip. What's that young guy? He shows up. I think it's Chris. I don't remember.
Fucking idiot.
He started out really cool.
He started out kind of well-meaning, but then he just became, like, the ultimate problem for everything, and then...
I remember there was that freaking scene when he goes up to the door, and he's just like... I don't remember the chick's name, but he's just like, come on, where's Maria? They're just like, get out of here. Come on, I gotta talk to her.
Yeah.
And then
like, where's Adrian? I gotta talk to my bitch.
It had the talk to her logo on the screen. I was like, you're not doing this to me. I'm not living with that shit in my head. Whenever I'm feeling myself, I gotta make sure that I turn it off.
Oh my god. Yeah. How did you feel when I started watching The Sopranos?
I felt called out. I felt really called out because the folks I was hanging around took that show as freaking gospel.
What was the thing we were watching the other day? It wasn't... What was the fucking movie we watched?
I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
It was a gangster movie.
We watched a gangster movie?
Yeah.
What? When the hell did this happen?
Like last month.
The last movie I remember watching with you was frickin' Final Destination 3.
Yeah, that was...
And it ended with a really weird cover of Soul Train.
That one wasn't... 3 is whatever. No, okay, so it was Robert De Niro.
Oh, Heat.
Heat, yeah.
Oh, that movie kicks ass,
That
bro.
movie's the shit. But yeah, they were doing gangster stuff. They were doing mobster stuff. And I would just lean over at you and mock you.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah. That was really funny too, because it's like, I remember you, like it was that really tense scene where they're sitting down and they're talking about each other's families and stuff, and it's like I remember, I don't know if I remember this or if it was just like an amalgamation of just your personality in my memory, but like he was like, it was Robert De Niro, and he was like, well, you got to do what you're gonna do and I got to do what I'm gonna do. And then you leaned over to me and you were like, what are you doing? And he took me out of the moment. It's like, shut up! Shut up, asshole!
Yeah, after that movie, I couldn't stop.
You couldn't freaking stop!
I still do it. It's still kind of lingering. I'll be like, hey, what do you think of that? And you just look at me and I'm like, oh yeah. Sorry.
I always feel, whenever I talk about it, I always feel like I'm putting on a freaking show. It feels so freaking awkward. It's because, like, those folks, they're gone, you know? Like,
I know.
Like, the influence is gone. It should have faded, but I guess I never wanted to let it go. It's also really, it also sucks because, like, every time I audition for something, it'll just be like, yeah, just say it like you mean it. I'll just be like, come on, Tandy, we can do this together, you and me. It's like, no. This guy's from frickin' Tennessee.
Do your bland version of that. Do your Tennessee voice.
Tennessee. I don't know what no folks in Tennessee sound
just
like.
no accent.
So yeah, you just mean like a Southern California. Just like.
I just mean standard. Like, hi, I'm normal.
Yeah, like what you sound like.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about I do that for the next couple of minutes?
Okay.
I'll try that for the next couple of minutes. So that, because like it blends in really well. Because it's a bit of a little both sides, you know. So I'm gonna turn it off.
Okay.
And we'll see what it sounds like. And I'm not gonna try and make it sound like. I'm not gonna overpronounce anything. Oh, I already slipped up there.
Overpronounce.
Shut up. That's the hardest. That's the hardest part, is doing the R's right. Because I've got two different
the R's,
two different accents fighting for control of how to pronounce an R.
Because you mostly say like R.
It comes out as like an O.
Yeah. I remember you had a class for a little while, and like in the middle of class, everyone was like, wait, how do I say this?
Oh, yeah. It was that voice acting class. Excuse me. It was that voice work class.
Yes.
Where I had to... This is hard.
Yeah.
This is really hard.
You're choosing your speech different, too.
Well, because if I'm not conscious of... if I'm not aware of my speech, then it just kind of... I go back to neutral, you know? But I feel like my voice changed, too. Right? Was it talking about... what was I saying? Come on, help me out here.
I can't.
Oh yeah. So I'd be in the class and they'd just be like, how would I don't know, they just make me say a thing.
How would you say I'm walking here?
I actually don't think anybody said that. In fact, there was this one time I was like, okay, here's a quiz. You and me, we're gonna do what, like a reverse Mad Lib or something? We try that again. We're gonna do a reverse Mad Lib or something. And you were like, oh no, I said, what is one phrase I've never said before? And you ran through like a billion different stereotypical phrases. And I remember one of them was Maria! And I was like, no, I played Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
And do you remember what it was? The one stereotypical phrase I've never said before.
I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Yeah.
You know what? If I ever did go to New York, people would freaking hate me there.
They'd be like, that's not right.
That sounds wrong. Why do you sound wrong? It's like, because it's wrong. Sorry.
I remember being in middle school and everyone was like, accents. I don't get it. I've never gotten it.
I've never understood the English accent being appealing. Like, I remember as a kid hearing that it's like, yeah. I mean, personally, that one affects me. That hits my heart.
Cockney?
The Cockney accent. Yeah. It's like if a freaking Brit comes up and starts talking to me like, I would very much like for you to feed my fish, I would scream. But if they were like, "Oi, governor, got something for you. Want you to feed my fish."
Thanks, Butcher.
I love that freaking clip that's been going around.
Which one?
Of him, like, he's like, so what he says is, so there I was, filling up the car, turn around, little bitch ran away.
Yeah.
But he says it in the most roundabout frickin' way he possibly could. And it's beautiful, because it's like, yeah, frickin' what accent is that, baby boy? Why did you do that?
Yeah. People like Carl Urban, but they were like, what is that?
I love it. It's like, no.
That's Butcher. That's what that is.
That's Butcher.
Yeah.
Because that's Butcher. That's what Butcher looks like. That's what Butcher sounds like.
That sounds better than fucking Benedict Cumberbatch's fucking English accent, his fucking American accent. Way back, what was it, Black Mass? He sounded like fucking shit.
People were getting on, what's that freaking guy? He looks like somebody carved a man out of a potato. He's like Brendan Fraser 2. He was in 21 Jump Street with the funny guy.
Channing Tatum.
People were making fun of his accent in frickin' Deadpool versus Wolverine.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you ever frickin' talk to somebody from New Orleans, dude?
Apparently they didn't ask him to do that. He got all excited when they told him he was going to play Gambit, and he fucking ran out there and was like, hey, what do you mean? And everyone was like, alright.
Because if he's from frickin' Louisiana, New Orleans.
Yeah. So much love.
It's like, yeah, that's what they sound like down there. Folks from New Orleans are a little hard to understand sometimes, I guess. But, I mean, he's from the Bayou.
Being in the theater, stoned off my ass, on opening night or whatever
with
the
no
fuck it came
subtitles.
out, I was like, huh?
And I get it. I
didn't hate him. I was just like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm about to make a
name for myself right here. And even that was just a little too legible.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was able to understand him just fine. I had to it was after the fact that he'd finished talking. I'd be like, "Shut up, Ryan Reynolds." Okay.
Yeah, for real. Sometimes I just want Ryan to shut up.
No, he wasn't bothering me. I just wanted to understand what Gambit was saying first. I already forgot that frickin' guy's name. No, that was a great Gambit, though. He did an excellent job. I love it.
He's actually really good. Like, it's funny that he broke himself out of, being the, like, pretty jock.
I just didn't even see it. I didn't know. The only time I'd ever seen this frickin' man was 21 Jump Street and Gambit. Mike. He was in Magic Mike?
He's Mike. He's Magic Mike. He also plays a sex gimp at the end of This Is Us. He's the one they pull out of the trailer truck when the big demon's about to walk by with swinging dick. They're like, "This is my gimp," and they pull him out. Yeah, this is the end. This is. End.
I was like, isn't that show like really contemplative, like?
It started as one, then it just
suburban drama.
How sad! I fucking hate. Anyway.
How sad fat makes you. That would really.
You read my mind. I hate that fucking show now.
Well, because that character's awful, and it was at the exact time that everybody was trying to like virtue signal that they were good and on your side.
Yeah, I was like, that's fine, body positivity, but she's being a fucking bitch.
You gotta let her be a character too. I bet you if you went back, you'd be like, "Oh my god, I've been saying this for years and I've been totally wrong."
No.
No, people have agreed with you. Enough people have agreed with you that I'm like, even if all of these people are stupid,
it's okay.
Then that means the message failed because it didn't reach its target audience.
Well, I think the worst thing they did was not just take a break. Like, a lot of shows did this where they wouldn't just take a break because of COVID. They were all like, well, we're gonna film anyway.
Yeah.
And so you could see it just fucking shoehorned into every fucking scene. It was just like, everything was fine, and then randomly it was like the cast is all filming outside and they're like 30 feet from each other, and so it doesn't look right. And then they're like,
"I'm breaking up with you!
Where's the baby you just had?
What?"
They're inside sleeping by themselves while we talk out here so we don't get sick. Okay.
You know what would have been a fascinating way to handle that? Just leave everybody in their houses. Just leave everybody in their houses.
They don't gotta directly interact. I would have loved to see how they dealt with it, like...
Yes!
Your mom's dying in the hospital, dumb fuck.
Yes!
She's got dementia. She's gonna get hurt, and COVID's happening. And it's like, yeah, Toby's getting worse because of his depression, because of this stupid baby that you wanted that you don't even want.
I don't even know who that is.
Don't worry about it.
But the story's supposed to be about people living their lives and like kind of like clashing and just dealing with each other, and then like the world shatters. Isn't that freaking gold?
They didn't have the balls. They were way too determined
to tell what story?
Pretty boy Kevin getting some bitch pregnant.
Okay, great. That's awesome. He can't be present for that now. That's incredible drama. Your eyes are beautiful, by the way. I don't know what
I want you to rewrite it. No. I want you to fix it.
I'm working on my own stuff. Oh, man, that's wonderful.
I got beef, man.
Don't we all? You know what I think is really freaking funny, though? What used to just be like, oh, I'm going to start a Kickstarter to revive Breaking Bad because I didn't like how it ended. One of my favorite shows is freaking Bazinga Quest. What was that show called? Fifth Rock from the Third or some shit?
Big Bang Theory?
Big Bang Theory!
Also Third Rock from the Sun?
What the hell is that?
It's got John Lithgow.
Who the hell is that?
It's got John Lithgow plays
that's Lord Farquaad.
Yes.
Some of you may die.
He's excellent. He was my favorite villain when I was still watching Dexter.
I spilled yogurt on my freaking... I don't care.
I was wondering what that was.
I didn't freaking clean it well either. I just swiped it and was like, oh shit.
Oh, nah.
Oh, hold on. You were saying something like really oh yeah. So it was the Big Bang. Okay, so anyway, the thing I'm referencing is actually a specific moment. There was this freaking middle-aged dude who was just a guy. And he wanted to start up a Kickstarter. This is back when Kickstarter was new.
Yeah.
Where he continued Breaking Bad.
Wait, you're being for real?
Yes. And his idea.
What was the idea? What was going to happen?
He wanted to get Slash from Guns N' Roses to be one of the cops. And Walter White didn't die. But there's just a little spot of blood on the floor where he lie.
And Slash has
also spoilers for Breaking Bad, but if you haven't watched it, then
it's been a while.
I mean, neither have I. I got spoiled on the ending, so it's like
it's not about that.
It really wasn't. I was like, what, is he gonna frickin' win? It's Walter frickin' White. Like, he's not gonna, he's a frickin' loser. He's going to die. Yes, he's going to die, and it's gonna be his frickin' fault.
It's his descent into being the biggest piece of shit he could.
Oh yeah, I know. I
fucking love it. Fuck you guys. You guys leave Skylar alone.
Skylar.
Everyone was so mad at Skylar. They're like, she cheated on Walt. I was like, yeah, and Walt's fucking dealing drugs and then told her to deal with it. Fuck you.
Yeah, I don't understand the hate for Skylar. I never understood the hate for Skylar. Like, it was always like, you know what? It's the same people who get upset when Lois cheats on Peter, even though Peter cheats on Lois. And it's like, what? It's like, come on! That's not fair!
Yeah.
I mean, we shouldn't be equally cheating on each other.
Yeah, it doesn't make it right, but how are you gonna just
But, like, how are you gonna... Yeah. don't ignore
like,
that.
Walt's a fucking murderer and a liar, and, like, the amount of stress that he put his family under for his fucking ego trip when he had the easiest way out, and he didn't pick it because of his pride from fucking, like, episode 3 onward.
I have the talking pillow now.
Yeah. Like, yeah, if I were Skylar, I would fuck a lot more than my old boss. I did like that theory, though, that she fucked him, like, when she was still working there back in the day, and that Finn was, like, the dorky, like, result. And that's because that's why Walt doesn't like him, and, like, why they don't look similar. And, like, all this shit. I don't think there's merit to it, but...
I hate those kinds of theories because it makes the world that much more layered, but because there's nothing to support it, it's just like, it's like, yeah, think about that.
Well, I honestly really wish that we got more time with Marie. Like, if there's anyone I wish we got more time with, it was Hank's wife.
Yeah, well,
Like, I don't like her.
Yeah, okay, yes, I don't like her, but she's interesting.
Yeah. Because, like, after Hank dies, what?
Spoilers, by the way, but if you haven't watched Breaking Bad.
But, like, she had her own problems going on.
Hank! Don't abbreviate cyberpunk! Hank!
Hank, stop! Yeah, Stormlight Archive's having a similar issue.
Oh, no! No! Are the cracks beginning to show?
No. Everyone's like, oh my god, I love SA. And it's like,
Oh, okay, well. Oh, by the way, Wheel of Time is,
getting
what?
A show.
Oh. I was gonna say the game's $2.
Oh!
Apparently it's just Unreal Tournament bot.
Oh?
Bot matches mostly, though, so that sucks a little bit.
That's okay. I'll read it before I think about anything else.
Yeah, let me know what you think.
I heard it gets kind of fucky later on, so that's...
Yeah, I heard the book's got a lot of Unreal Tournament bot matches in it. How would you feel? How would you freaking feel if, like, in the middle it was just like, and then he dropped into the arena. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He ran forward, grabbed the railgun.
I'd read it.
But it's just like a prolonged action scene where it, like, talks about missing shots and, like, getting fragged. And he's like, damn it! And he hops back in for another bot match.
Yeah, I'd have a hard time.
Yeah, that's what Wheel of Time is about, dude.
People actually mentioned how Stormlight, like, everyone's favorite is Way of Kings most of the time because Way of Kings starts as, like, a typical high fantasy. But then, like, as the books go on and the technology shifts and we get away from that, the language of the books change. So it doesn't actually read like the first book did anymore. And it's like, aww, because you love the world building and the knights and the fucking...
I didn't know that. I didn't know I love the world building and the knights. Thanks for ruining it for me.
I do.
Thanks for ruining it for me.
You're welcome. That's what I'm here for.
You did ruin everything, basically, so...
I did. But you know what else is getting a series?
Wait, hold on. A series, you said?
Animated series.
Okay, I was gonna say if Wings of Fire is getting a series, where are they gonna get the dragon's star? They're gonna reuse the cast from the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake. How would you feel?
I think it's funny that they're trying to do that right now, but it's like, dude, it wasn't even that, like, it's an alright concept, you know what I mean? But let's be fucking, like, if we're being real, I've read part of How to Train Your Dragon, it's for a younger audience. It's honestly really cheesy, it's fine. This is where it's at. Kids want fucking dragons beating the shit out of each other and confronting their terrible childhood.
Their sexual... Oh. Oh, you said kids. Never mind, I take it back.
They're baby dragons, alright?
I take it back.
No, they do be talking about eggs and shit, though.
Yeah, whatever.
Some of the dragons got crushes. It's cute!
Natural part of life.
I'm excited.
Oh shit! I scared myself. I scared myself out of the thought I was having.
You're stupid.
Shit. What was it? I was thinking it would be really funny if they were like, they just took the dragons from
How to Train Your Dragon.
Never mind. Anyway,
the models.
Yeah, but
recolored them.
No, they just like gave them different. It's like these are actors. You know, it's like, you know, like they treated the models as if they were actors instead of just making.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, why are they trying to remake every freaking? I've spent so much time on this stupid thoughts. Why are they trying to make? Sorry, I had to vomit. Why are they making all these freaking live action movies? Like the originals already exist. Like, why are they making it like live action and worse? It's like, let's do a live action freaking Roger Rabbit. And it's like, what is this? Stop! I don't know. Like, live action used to mean something. Like, the Mario movie, that was live action. They made sets. They had a whole black woman the size of a freaking Sears Tower to play a cheap named Big Bertha, and it was just a black lady in a big dress. They had a Goomba's ugly as sin. Yoshi was a freaking raptor. That's how you live action it. That movie was dripping with flavor. That movie has way more sauce than any of these freaking live action remakes. Because there's so much more you can do in animation. Don't tell me if there was a Twilight anime, it wouldn't have done better. Nah. It would need competence behind. You want to help me rewrite Twilight? Yes. Nope. I'm not doing that shit. We're not gonna make 50 Shades of Grey the second. Shades of Grey the second. What would that even be? One more shade? Black. It's just called Black. 50 Shades of Grey. What about Black? Oh. This is a sequel book, White, and you have to catch Zekrom at the end. I like that. You know what I'm getting at? I do. Truth and Ideals. Yes. You guys were really freaking annoying when that game came out. God bless. But when I finally got my hands on it and they outright said that Zekrom and Reshiram represented truth and ideals. It's a freaking RPG! That's all you could do! Bitch, all I did was click A and battle my Pokemon for a long time most of the time. You don't remember the story for Black and White? I vaguely remember it. I remember N was sad. I don't give a shit about N. I never freaking gave a shit about N. That's all I remember was that N was sad. I hated N because he always felt like just like a freaking pretty boy to me. Now, he was a decent character, he was, but I hate his design. Well, I'm going through Black 2 on my DS whenever I remember it. Well, we're going through Pokemon White on the channel. Okay, let's keep doing that then. I would love to. We do that today? No. We've been in that weird slump lately. We haven't been doing anything. It's because fucking summer's right here. Well, I mean, there's summer, but also like we're like on different journeys of self-discovery that we should have gone on when we were like 15. Oh yeah, isn't it amazing? I was reading a bunch of posts. Never mind. I'm gonna die when I'm. Hold on, wait. So he's like 72. I think that's an okay age. How old am I now? 29. 30. Okay, fine. So, what? Really? What? Whatever. I don't care. So I'm 30. Mm. I had like a midlife crisis when I was 8. A quarter life crisis when I was 8. And at 16 I had a midlife crisis. I'm going to die soon. I've got 6 more years.
Shut up.
I don't know. Maybe I'll make them worthwhile. maybe I'll make the best film adaptation of. maybe I'll write the best Art of Mashing screenplay you've ever seen.
Well, you have to be old so we can play old versions of ourselves sitting on fucking rocking chairs.
No. It'll be us at 35 sitting in rocking chairs talking like old people. You'll be played by... It's not even us. It's us dubbing over different actors. Stupid. Who would you pick to play me? I'm going to pick Ava Mendes.
That doesn't even make sense.
I know, pick yours.
Fine, you get fucking Forrest Whitaker.
Who the hell is Forrest Whitaker? What? Did he pull an eye out?
No.
Oh, he's the guy. Okay. Why Forrest Whitaker? Okay, Forrest Whitaker. That's the face reveal. Freaking.
That's what came to mind.
I picked Ava Mendes because I'm like, she's pretty. You picked freaking Forrest Whitaker because you couldn't think of anything.
I just pictured his eyeball going the wrong direction, and I was like, "That's you."
Yeah, that is generally what happens on my face when you talk. I just, kind of glaze over, get distracted, eyes just point in different directions like a freaking lizard. Maybe if you were Ava Mendes, I'd listen a little more. Ow! Oh! You actually punched me a little bit.
No, I didn't.
There's a nerve right there.
Really?
At the back of the jaw. I'd touch it on you to show you, but I'm not gonna.
What if I just punch right here?
No, that's fine.
Just gonna keep punching.
You've never eaten like a thing and then your jaw's like because your salivary glands activate and it hurt. That.
Oh.
They're right there.
That's annoying.
You punched it.
Good morning.
Morning. I've been up since 7. Early bird gets the worm. Sigma grind set.
And then pecks my head, so I share the worm.
The worm that you caught in your sleep?
No, you caught the worm, but then you woke me up so we could share it.
I didn't share a worm with you.
Yeah, you did.
No, you didn't. I told you how freaking delicious the worm I caught was.
Well, thanks for waking me up and not sharing, fucker.
I didn't say I was going to share with it.
Oh my god!
Why is it that we have to have a transactional relationship?
Why have I been up since 7?
You haven't.
Yeah.
I came in here and woke you up at 8.
No.
Yeah. So.
No, I remember seeing the clock at 7.
So now you're literally. It was like 7:49, asshole.
I was awake.
You're being a freaking penis.
Too early.
She's freaking lying.
No, I'm not.
I wonder what that sounds like. Hey, by the way, why have we not had this much fun doing any channel stuff until like right now? I feel like we're at the tail end of an arc. Okay.
That's what I think. I rolled over and kissed his stupid leg.
You looking at the waveform now? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun. Hold on. You want to try and draw a dick?
Beat that.
Okay. Oh. That's not bad.
Oh.
If I was
trying to do balls.
If I had a dick shaped like frickin' that, I'd be really upset. That shit looks like a frickin' spoon.
I see.
Oh. What do you... No, you have to go... Oh.
I want the balls to be bigger.
Well... Well...
A tiny dick.
Mickey Mouse will screw my frickin' ear. Okay, hold on. Let me try.
I wish anybody could see the waveform.
Wow. That's dickish. Why are we doing this? This is not an interesting part of the cast. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, Snoo.
I'm sorry whoever happens upon this podcast clicks towards the end and is like,
what the fuck are they?
They're
just doing mouth noises?
You gotta go back 10 minutes. How did this start? And then it's just like, see the soul of Walter White.
And Tony Soprano. Okay.
Yeah?
Can you write
No.
Tony Soprano
Yeah?
interacting with Walter White to sell his drugs, and Walter's like, fuck you, I want more money. Like he's trying to expand out in
out in
out in
frickin'
Soprano
Caldwell.
country. Yeah.
We call it Sopranos country because we fall out of trees out here. No, would Tony move like that? Because I know Bada Bing is a front, but what is he doing in the back? I was never paying attention fully to the show.
They push.
Okay.
They put like Christopher, like they have little officers. They have a whole system.
Well, I mean, yeah, they're a freaking mafia, but like
they're always collecting dues or selling drugs or.
Okay, so they do sell. Because like
I think so.
Alls I ever seen was Tony out at Bada Bing, and then he would go out to frickin' that deli they was always hanging out at.
Yeah, because I remember they would like because Tony moved up, so then they were like, okay, let's see what's going on with the younger part of the show. I guess.
Wait, Tony moved up? I thought Tony was at the frickin' head.
I didn't get all the way to the end of the show. I don't know.
Wait, Tony's not in charge of the family? It's the Soprano family.
At the beginning of the show, he still has to answer to certain other, like family member people.
I don't remember this freaking show at all.
Maybe you should watch season 1. It was alright.
I like the fish. Man,
but anyway,
that show was really good.
Him and Walter wouldn't get along.
No, him and Walter would get along with frickin' anybody. Walter doesn't get along with anybody.
I know he's a piece of shit.
What are you talking about?
I hate Walter White.
I forgot what I was going to say. Is that the end of the cast?
Bye!
Okay. Hold on, I still got to get up. What? What happened, dude?